Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 03.27.2023. Current time is 05:17 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York, where I live and reside on this Monday morning, start of a new work week. And we are cranking it here. We're up a little early. Rich Roberts here. Fireman Rich here on the Twitch, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter. Please give me a follow. And good morning to Tim Fan. And good morning, Tony D. Salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to the day. And Tony says good morning. The missus just got up here. And yes, I do have the morning coffee. Thank you, Tim. And getting ready for work, Tony is, yes, saying good morning, Chris Technician, and Tim Fan saying, Tony saying good morning, Tim Fan. Everybody saying good morning. We got highlighted messages from Tony as far as that goes, and we are started. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a great weekend because we're back online with, you can see we're back on OBS. I have no issues with OBS on my updated Intel box. And on my older box, it's a little glitchy and stuff like that, but we had some fun with it this weekend with some broadcasts, and starting Friday, I guess. Last Thursday, it went out. I did change out the power supply came early. I thought I was only going to get one item. I sort of unboxed that yesterday on yesterday's broadcast, Sunday morning broadcast. Nobody was here, so I just went with it and stuff like that, but it's over. The replay is here on Twitch, but it's also there on YouTube and Rumble. On the item that I unboxed, the power supply though, went in the updated box, and I got thinking, the last power supply I changed out wasn't in this box. It was in my other box, the ADM, the Acer ADM. So both of these have changed power supplies and stuff like that. Power supply is not that hard. Just gotta make sure you got the right wires. I had them connected wrong on the Saturday, and then I'm looking at this, and it's like, okay, let's just go back, switch the wires. It works perfectly, and I'm up and running. Had to dial in my audio here a little bit on the boxes because I was switching cables and stuff. So, and but we're, for all intents and purposes, we're back up on the OBS. I have the chat here on the OBS, and we're looking pretty good in 720p, and CPU rate is freaking outstanding as far as that goes. So maybe the new power supply is helping me out somewhat as far as that goes. Let's see. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, we have this morning 23 degrees Fahrenheit as far as that goes. And let me see, get to the weather map here. 23 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to -5 degrees centigrade. And let's see, we got cloudy with rain today. And let's see, cloudy with rain developing this afternoon. Snow mixing in, high of 53 degrees Fahrenheit. I like that. How is snow mixing in? We're not going to get any snow. Winds light and variable. Chance for rain is 100%. So bring out your umbrellas. Rain around 1/4 inch. Sun will be rising this morning. Ooh, we lost 2 minutes because it rose at 7 o'clock yesterday a.m. To this morning, it'll be rising at 06:58. Which is in another hour and 33, let's see, 33, 36, 37 minutes, thereabouts. It'll be rising at 6:58 a.m. and will be setting at 7:25 p.m. as far as that goes. So, let's see our world times and temperatures as we go. Honolulu, Hawaii, they're still in yesterday at 11:22 p.m. Cloudy skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 2:22 a.m. Clear skies, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. And Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's 3:22 a.m. Clear skies, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Out there in Deming, New Mexico, 39 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 something degrees Fahrenheit for the high. Chicago, Illinois, it is 4:23 a.m. Cloudy skies. What is that? 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in New York City, 3.5 hours southeast of where I'm at in the southern tier of upstate New York at 5:23 a.m. Clear skies, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. In Cork, Ireland, across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, at 10:23 a.m. it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me back up. In Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony D is from. I'm sorry, Tony. Let's see. You did give me the weather. Where the hell's the weather up there? I thought you gave me the weather. Oh, there it is. 68 degrees Fahrenheit, high 74, low is 65, cloudy. In Cork, Ireland, 10:23 a.m., 46 degrees, cloudy skies. In Milan, Italy, it is 11:23 a.m., sunny skies, 61 degrees. Sunny skies in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, 79 degrees at 12:24 p.m. They're getting their lunch going on there. New Delhi, India, at 2:54 p.m. Sunny skies, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And at 2:54 also in Mumbai, India, 82 degrees also. So same temperature there as far as that goes. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Lady Cat 31. Glad to have you here. And let's see. Kuala Lumpur at 5:24 p.m. Sunny skies, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Manila, Philippines, at 5:24 p.m. Sunny skies, 90 degrees. That's probably a humid 90 degrees. I lived in the Philippines for a year, northern Luzon. It can get humid over there. Let's see, at 80 degrees, the Philippine nationals break out the parkas. Back in Lady Cat's area there in Washington State, it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit there. So, but warmer in the Philippines. In Tokyo, Japan, at 6:25 p.m., cloudy skies, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And down in Melbourne, Australia, at 8:25 p.m., 63 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies. Sydney, Australia, at 8:25 p.m. also 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as far as that goes. And so far, I'm not gonna it's in the chat. Chris Technician saying how much he's earned. Okay. I don't go on. I'm not here about the earnings and stuff there, Chris. So, as far as that goes, so let's see. Going to back up, Chris Technician did mention, and I already know. Okay, I was up late last night, and I'm disappointed. That platform called Kick is it's typical. They put it out for iOS first, which I think is bullshit. Okay, I said it is bullshit. I'm an Android user. Okay, and as far as that goes, and but it's out. The app is out, so it came out later. They said it was going to come out at 10, and it's over on Apple. I think it came out at midnight or something like that, and but it's bullshit. Hang on for a minute. Okay. They're trying to be quiet. We got deer out in the side of the house here. They come down from the hill. So he doesn't want to disturb them. So yeah, so Kick has an app, but it's iOS. Again, it's bullshit. Okay, so that's going to determine whether I use it that much. And as far as I'll probably use it on the desktop. I probably won't use it mobile. I'll use Twitch before I use. So they got a hard on against Twitch. That's their prerogative. I got a hard on with them is not putting out both apps at the same time. From what I hear, it's 48 hours for Android. Why not put it out at the same time? Come on, you know. And yeah, damn, I'm going right for the throat here this morning, Tony, because this iOS out first and then Android, and in this day and age, put them both out first. Okay, I want to throw an F word in there, but I'll keep it at bullshit because it's good that they have the app out and stuff like that, but. We had fun with it yesterday. I was over on Randy W. Horton's thing. We were doing the Fight Club thing. I think I'm learning the commands for the Fight Club. He has a new bot that he is using, and no, I don't think so. There's more users on iOS than Apple. That's a myth now, Chris. Okay, and I'll tell it to you right from here. This is my opinion. It's a good product, but Android is just as freaking better, okay? As far as that goes. Apple is too goddamn expensive. I said that, okay? I said it. I do use Apple, okay? I've got iPod, I got old iPod minis or iPod touches. I've got an old iPod, so I know what Apple's all about. Okay, so I've bought their product. I've used their product. It's a good product. Is it great? Not really. It's over freaking priced. Good morning, Tina. Good morning. Thank you for coming into the room to keep me off of my rant and rave. I drink some coffee here. No, I don't think it sucks. It's a good product, Tim, but it's overpriced. It's way overpriced for what you can do for half the price and have just as good a product. It's overpriced. And you got the Apple. It goes back to the old days, the Apple fanboys. And if Chris Technician is saying Apple is king, that right there makes him an Apple fanboy, which is fine. That's his prerogative. But I'm just telling you, I'm not knocking Apple because it's overpriced. Okay, that's a given for me. But I'm knocking Kick for not putting it both out. 48 hours you're gonna wait? Why don't you wait 48 hours where you could put both of them out at the same time? Why don't you do something different? Put them both out at the same frickin' time, you know? And that's all I got to say about it. So, yeah, Kick has an app, BFD. Okay, you can fill in the rest of it for the letters. Big effing deal. Okay, there's too much hype and stuff like that. They're gonna make a run at Twitch and stuff like that, but. The way they're going at it, they're using emotion. Well, I'll use emotion back. Kick, you're okay. You're not the great, okay? You'll probably get some people. Let's see what happens when the money spits out and stuff like that. That's what they're toting. For them, it's all about this. Fine. Yeah, BFT. You like that one, Tony? You can fill in the blanks as far as that goes. Let's get to the... Let's sort of calm down a little bit. I can hear the misses in my back of my head. Rich, shut the F up. Our thought for the day comes from a very inspirational and respected person around the world, and that's Dalai Lama. He is a title of he's a religious leader, and is given, the Dalai Lama is given by the Tibetan people to the foremost spiritual leader, and let's see, and he's a spiritual leader for the Tibetan people. Okay, he's a very gentle man, a very kind man, and that's what his quote and our thought for the day. So I should be gentle and kind towards Kick. Okay, I'm changing my... and his quote goes as follows. Be kind whenever possible. Okay, I will be kind now. It is always possible. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. It's always possible to be kind. So I'm going to be kind to you, Kick. Okay? You're a good product. Apple, I'll be kind to you. You're a good product. You like that, Tina? Yeah, that's a good motto. That be kind. Yes, kindness is very, 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 very good. And as far as that goes, so thank you, Dalai Lama. He always has. They're all good. They're all good and great quotes from some very, and they teach us. You can learn from these quotes as far as that goes. Let's see. What's that supposed to mean, Chris? This MOFO. Want to? Are you a wannabe banger? Do you know what a banger is? Tony knows what a banger is. A wannabe. Okay. Let's see. We have. Let's see. What's the national days? This is pretty good getting up early because I can talk about it. So let's see. Today is. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Today is Monday. Yes, we're starting a new week. Monday, March 27th. Well, is a nice. Oh, a nicer version. Oh, okay. Banger. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mean it the way you mean it. You don't want to meet a banger down in New York City. You're not leaving New York City, dude. Okay. You could think what you want with that, but you know probably even there in Albuquerque they have their fair share of those individuals. Let's see. Today is Monday, March 27th. It is the 86th day of the year and the 13th week of the year, and we're 24% of through the rest of the year. So we're almost a quarter through this year already. Let's see. We have National Spanish Palele Day, whatever that is. National Scribble Day. Go ahead and do some scribbles. Go ahead and scribble. And that last comment, Chris Technician, is a scribble. That's my comment to your comment. International Medical Science Liaison Day. Okay. I like this one. National Joe Day. Who comes to mind when you say that? National Joe Day. You know what I'm talking about? I'm posting this one. Come on, you guys know who I'm talking about. National Joe Day. Coffee, yeah. Cup of Joe. Joe has his own day. I'm going to go with this one. We're posting this one up. National Joe Day. Let's see. Let's get the picture. Let's see. Let's get the verbiage. Where's the verbiage? Let's see. It's 5:35 and we've been on for 20 minutes already. Wow, we're having fun. Let's see. National. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's get this. I don't know if this is all going to take. I'm gonna have to edit this. Let's see. National. I don't usually do this on a weekday. Encourage us to enjoy a couple. I gotta cut this one sentence out. So just hang with me for a minute. I'm just gonna cut this back a little bit so I can print it. Okay, let's see. Coffee prices, Pisco. Oh no, not. I'm not doing it for the lame president we have. I could do this for a while. I'm thinking about Cup of Joe, Tony. Come on, get with it. Get with it, dude. Let's see, Cup of Joe. National Joe Day. And let's see. Let me see. Let me see if this works. Does this work? Let me see.
Fireman Rich says cup of
text
Joe.
to speech doesn't work. Oh, but I'm talking about Cup of Joe. Let's see, Tim Fan. Joe Blow, yeah. That's a whatever. Joe Blow equals whatever. Okay, National Cup of Joe Day on March 27th, which is today, encourages everybody to enjoy a cup of Joe. A cup of Joe, coffee, with all your friends named Joe, Joey, Joseph, Josephine. There's a whole bunch of others. Whatever, while you're at it, don't forget Jody and all that. There's different variations, or any variation of the name Joe. If you don't know it, you could create quite a few nicknames from this one. And I like the Cup of Joe. Joe Schmo. Yeah, I like that, Tim. Joe Schmo. I'm just a Joe Schmo. Thought that was good. Yeah. I gotcha. That was fun though. Yeah, it was fun. Okay, except the Biden one. I don't really care for Biden. He just. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. I got some good ones. Oh, okay. So today is National Cup of Joe Day, and according to the Social Security Administration, Joseph ranks number 6 from 1893 to 1899 behind John, William, James, George, and Charles. In 1910, it moved to number 5. From 1911 to 2005, it ranked number 12 or lower for the name. Famous Joes, Joannes, populate the world. They fill many roles, and so their names. Their names do not define them. Just check out the variety. So, like American football, who's the number one guy? Joe Montana. I think of Joe. Who was the Jet quarterback? I can't remember. Can we get into politics? Chris, if you don't want it, turn the channel off. Okay. I make mention of it. If you don't like it, there's the door, dude. Okay, I don't get that much into politics to say I'm talking about politics. Okay, we just skim over it. If you don't like it, there's the door, dude. Let's see, politicians. Tony already mentioned one, as far as that goes. And let's see, Joe DiMaggio for baseball. What would be a good one for basketball? Is there a basketball one in here? Joe Marr. Who's Joe Marr? I don't remember him as far as that goes. Hey, Tone or Ted. Good morning, Ted. Glad to have you. Joe Cool. Yeah, Cool Joe. That's Snoopy, isn't it? And as far as that goes, Dumas. Joe Dumas. Okay, there we go. So we're getting into the National Joe Day here. And good morning, Double J's. Glad to see you here, as well as Ted Hicks coming in from Long Island. And let's see, what else I got here? Let's see, moving on, we got our our good news history is as follows. And everybody say good morning to Ted and Double J's. We got a full house here today, right? Oh, wow, we do. 8 viewers. Let's see. What do we have? Sun Records in Memphis began releasing its first records back in 1952. Sun Records, they put out a lot of... oh, here's one. In Louisiana, Archbishop Joseph Francis Roumel ordered the Roman Catholic schools in New Orleans to end segregation back in 1962. That's in New Orleans. Joseph Francis Roumel, the Archbishop down there in New Orleans. back in 1962. That was a bold, bold thing right there. U2 performed on the roof of the store in downtown LA. The Beatles did that to make the video from Where the Streets Have No Names, attracted thousands of spectators and bringing traffic to a standstill. Police eventually stopped them back in 1987. I remember that. That was that, and the Beatles had done that once before, I believe, when they came over from England. U2, I'm seeing a lot of commercials. U2 and David Letterman, they're hooking up for something on HBO. They've got a thing going as far as that goes. On this day in 2007, NFL owners voted to make instant replay a permanent officiating to 2007, and it's also not even it's in football, it's in baseball, it's in basketball. And I saw it yesterday on when we get into the NCAA here in a bit. What do you guys think about instant replay? Has it gotten? I think it's gotten better because XFL and USFL football, they both use it, and I think it's pretty intriguing to be the fly on the wall. Let's see, you saw that too, Tony. Okay, and what is it? The makes total sense for fair call. Yeah, and sometimes there's been. I think the calls have gotten better. Okay, games have been a little bit longer. This new fast pitch, the pitchers have so much time. I'm not with that. I don't really care for that. I don't think they take that much time. You know, the way they portray it in a commercial, I saw the MLB put out. The pitcher was taking his sweet old time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's to make the game faster or whatever and stuff like that. Baseball wouldn't be baseball with those long 15-inning games, I guess, as far as that goes. And let's see. One more. Let's see. The Philippines, back in 2014, signed a peace accord with the largest Muslim rebel group, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, ending decades of conflict. Double J's. Well, if technology is out there, might as well use it. Yeah, that's true, Double J's. That's a true statement there. They got plenty of cameras or angles. Yeah, and that's the key. They have to have all the angles. You can't just have one angle and go with that. You got to have the multiple angles. Good point, Tony. And just like tennis, no more line judges. But the line judge is still there, right? I think he still has over. I don't know. I'm not really into the tennis thing. Let's see. NCAA was yesterday. I know they had some instant replay going on in there. The big game yesterday and the big upset was my older brother's very happy because University of Florida beat Texas 88-81. Oh my God, what a game. Let's see. Okay. That's a good one, Ted. How come you didn't mention Brian's fate? I like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a good guy. What's wrong with Joe Rogan, Ted? I know. I don't want to go there. Or else I'll get Chris upset about politics and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, he's not... He wouldn't be where he was if he wasn't good. So I wouldn't say everything I agree with Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan, he opens the mind, Ted, I think. Even if you disagree with him, if he makes you think about things, he's doing his job. Oh, Brian loves quotes from Joe Rogan. I don't think I've ever had a quote from Joe Rogan and stuff. I've listened to him. I don't listen to him religiously. I think once in a while. I think he's had some good. He has some good content out there. Some of the stuff I think, I don't know. But you could say that about me. You know, it's like he could be a horse's ass as far as that goes. So I can look myself in the mirror and say, yeah, you know, Rich, you're a horse's ass, and then get on with life. Let's see. Mention. I agree with you, Rogan. Yeah, he has great content, and they all, even if you don't disagree with them, you look at some of the stuff they wouldn't be where they're at the top of their game and stuff. That right there ranks and stuff. So, does he say some stuff that's controversial? Oh, of course. That brings the people in to say, hey, you're full of crap. So, no problem. But yesterday, the NCAA, they finished the Elite Eight. It looks like San Diego State by 1 point beat Creighton. Rich is a horse's ass. Yeah. They call me that at work. It's all right. I sometimes, I do things a little odd. I get the job done, though. That's the bottom line. But that's okay. Sometimes I call myself because everybody gets a little dopey sometimes. San Diego State beat by 1 point. I should have watched that game. But Miami of Florida came back. They were down by like over 10 points, I think. That was a great game. It looked like it was almost over with. I think Texas was almost playing it about halfway through at the 8-minute mark. That's when University of Miami kicked it up a notch and won, and they took it to the finish line. So hats off. Texas played a good game, but they let it go. On Saturday games, let's see, my Kansas State got beat by Florida Atlantic, and UConn beats out Gonzaga. Ooh, that's a big win right there. A 4th seed beating a 3 seed. So let's see, the Final Four next week. Miami struck the final blow on the bracket. Oh, did they, Tony? On my bracket. Okay, so I think a lot of people were going for Texas. I wonder if there's a bracket out there that's completed with all the upsets we've had. As far as UConn too, Tony, yeah. So the Final Four, it's going to be Florida Atlantic against San Diego State and Miami over UConn. So I'm looking at it. If Florida Atlantic wins and University of Miami, that's the Miami final there for the NCAA. But then if you have San Diego State and Miami win, that's 2 5 seeds. But my pick, I'm going to probably end up picking, I'm going to go with San Diego and Florida and Miami. San Diego State and Miami is my final two. I'm looking for the upset in that Miami University of Connecticut. And I guess, where are they playing this? I think they're playing it, I forgot where they said they were playing it, but as far as that goes. So is Chris Technician still there, or did I chase him out? Chris, want to do the dinner report if you're still there? And I'm just kidding, Chris, okay? I brush up against politics, but this is my broadcast, so if it's me saying it's my opinion as far as that goes. I mean, if I'm in a broadcast, I'm sitting there in the chat, and they get too political, I'm out the door. So, as far as that goes, let's see. Is Chris Technician still here? I think I upset him. Burger. No, we can't do it unless Chris is here. That's the rule. If you want to put it in the comments, go ahead. But if Chris Technician isn't here, we're not going to do the dinner report. So, Chris Technician, come up with your dinner report. Oh, he's here. Thank you, Chris. You're a good guy, Chris. Don't take me serious, okay? Well, what the hell am I doing? What am I hitting? Where's all those X's coming from? Oh, okay. Let's see. Chris Technician had, for his dinner report, he had Hawaiian pizza from Domino's. God, I haven't had Domino's in a long time. Tony D comes in with picking the sleeper is the hardest thing to do in the brackets. Yeah, that is true, Tony. Coming in with a burger with macaroni and cheese. You know what I saw in our cupboard, speaking of macaroni cheese? Hey, what's with that Guinness mac and cheese?
What do you mean, what's with it?
I've never seen that before.
Oh, yeah, they had it at Price Chopper.
Uh-huh.
On a display, so I grabbed one. I love it. It's good.
Oh, you've had it?
Oh, yeah, I had
Okay.
it before.
Yeah, speaking of mac and cheese, I guess Guinness makes some mac and cheese. I saw a box of it in there, so I'm just like, Guinness makes mac and cheese? I guess it goes good with the beer. So let's see. We get the Hawaiian pizza with Chris. What else we have? Okay, Tina had ribs, yellow rice, and corn, tossed salad. Ooh, that's a good meal. Let's see. What else we have? My bad. No problem, Tony. There he is. Yeah. No, don't worry about it. And that's my rule. I don't do the Chris. The dinner report is Chris Technician's thing. Okay, and I respect that. I don't do the dinner report. Even though I think yesterday, I said what I was having for dinner, but it was some good soup the other night. The missus made some soup up Saturday. Oh my God, it was great. And Chris, Tim Fan, you had, I don't remember what in that. What did Tim Fan say? Let's see. Chris, okay, oh, I had KFC popcorn bowl. Okay. And Tina laughing at Tim Fan. Let's see. Ted Hicks comes in with, he had a cheeseburger on the grill. Yep, it was windy yesterday, but you could grill with the Stella. Ooh, to wash it down. Ooh, that's some good beer right there. That is a good beer. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing the. Oh, I forget what we have in the thing there. Let's see. We had what I wrote it down here. We had, was it breaded chicken? It was spicy, and with broccoli, and I had some animal crackers for dessert afterwards. What was I watching afterwards? Oh, I actually watched 60 Minutes last night. I watched 60 Minutes. They had some good. Because Barkley was on there. 60 Minutes was on Charles Barkley. I'm dubbing him. They mentioned how he speaks his mind, and he says it in a way that he doesn't have any agenda. And you ever try Kid Rock beer? No, I didn't. Kid Rock has his own beer. Oh, wow, that's a Michigan thing. But Charles Barkley was on 60 Minutes. I don't normally watch 60 Minutes, but the end of the game, during the game, there was a commercial. And so I ended up watching 60 Minutes, and they had a couple other good things. Some technology that's going on with prosthetics. This guy has a mechanical hand that he can feel. They tie it into it's some really high tech stuff. Go to I know 60 Minutes has it on the replay on CBS. Okay, I know CBS is one of those woke news agencies that I can. It still has some good news. Very good piece on the prosthetics. But the Charles Barkley, I'm dubbing him the modern day Mark Twain, because they referred him the way he perceived it. And the guy he's very genuine. I didn't realize it portrayed where he grew up and all that. So I think he's very genuine, especially when he's on the NBA show there before they play the games and at the halftime. But he speaks his mind, and they say he can get away with a lot of things. I don't think he says it to get away with it and stuff. It's called badass beer. Oh, for the Kid Rock. But I have high regards for Charles Barkley now after seeing that piece. I liked him, but he had a moment in his life that he shared, and he really regrets it. He was carrying some chips on his shoulder. He never graduated high school. He had to go to summer school as a Spanish teacher failed him, so he was watching his graduation from afar, and it really pissed him off throughout his life, even going to college to Auburn and playing in the NBA. And I guess there was one incident, and Ted, you might remember this, and Tony, the spitting incident where he spit on a fan that was saying something, and I guess when he spit, he accidentally hit this little girl or something like that, or maybe that was a young lady. As far as that goes, I thought CBS played it down. I thought CBS played it down the middle. No, I didn't want. CBS. Well, it depends. There's certain their radio broadcasts. I think it's straight news. I haven't watched CBS Evening News because I don't care for the anchor there. The anchors they had, they do have some good news pieces. Okay, um, they, I think their major news leans just like I think ABC is better as far as that goes. Yes, we remember Barkley. Do you? Let's see. No, I don't watch too much cable news anymore. No, I don't either. I get it. I bounce around and get a general consensus and stuff. It's bad for you. I think you get better news off of the radio on the top of the hour. CBS News on the radio and ABC News. It's and BBC on the radio. It's straight news reporting and stuff. I don't like that opinion shit. That's the thing. And CBS has that on there. They bring their opinion, the talking heads. I don't want to hear that crap. I just want to hear the straight news, and then I can formulate my own opinion as far as that goes, which you may agree or not agree. But let's see, getting back to, I remember him fighting someone before he wrote a book, but not the spitting incident. Damn, yeah, all news is bad for, yeah, I agree with that too. Barkley also put someone through a window. Oh, did he? Oh, I don't remember that. I bounced around with the news to get better. Yeah, you got to bounce around these days. But Charles Barkley, he talks about this spitting incident that when he got back to his room, he said, I guess he had this epiphany. He's like, what the F am I doing? And he says, I'm not going to be that type of person. And that, you know, the window and all that might have been before the spitting, but it was that spitting incident because he did something to somebody he wasn't attended to, and he literally did this. He brushed, he says, go away, Spanish teacher, go away. I guess he resented his father his whole life up to that point, and now he just doesn't have any issues as far as that goes. And it was really a moment. He was at that crossroads. I either go here, continue what I'm doing, and I'm going to be a shit, or I go over here and I'm going to be a better person. Exactly. Let's see, Tony. Exactly. When you go too far and realize how much you just might need to. And yes, exactly, Tony. Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one. Yeah, and you can agree or disagree with it, Tim, as far as that goes. Some opinions are good, some opinions aren't, okay? Some opinions are good, and I may still disagree with them. You know, that's what makes the human race an interesting race. The human race, as far as that goes. We all bleed red. But Barkley, it really was, and I like I said, I've never watched. I think it's been years since I've watched. But you can get the replay online. Just go to 60 Minutes, Barkley, because I think they have an extended version, which I'm going to try and catch after work, as far as that goes. So Charles Barkley, I give him big kudos. So, and the like. And let's see, do I have one more? I think I might have. Let's see, because it's coming into springs, 111 years ago today, the first of 3,000 Japanese cherry blossom trees were planted in Washington, D.C., a gift from the mayor of Tokyo, and in 1935 marked the date of the inaugural Cherry Blossom Festival in the nation's capital. And I lived in Japan my last 4.5 years. Love you, bro. Thank you, Ted. I'm a nobody, okay? I just like talking and stuff like that. Appreciate it, and I know I brush up against the line there sometimes, but I'm glad you guys you enjoy it, Ted. But the Cherry Blossom Festival, the cherry blossoms are blooming, and I got a chance to see the Cherry Blossom Festival up close and personal the 3.5 years, my last 3.5 years in the United States Air Force when I was stationed at Yokota Air Base, which was right outside Tokyo in Fusa City, and that was pretty special. As far as me and the family, we had a chance to see the cherry blossoms. Beautiful. I'd love to see them. I've seen pictures. I'd love to be down in Washington, D.C. when they one of these. That's going to probably be on my bucket list of things to do. Go down to Washington during the Cherry Blossom Festival. Seeing that I'm going to have, I'm retiring here in another month and a half. As far as that goes, I'm down to 18 days of work, and then I go on vacation for 3 weeks, and then that's all she wrote. I'll be getting the golden ticket, so we're on final. I'm still here just because. That's all right, Chris. I know. As far as that goes, so I appreciate your opinion and candor there, Chris. It just I know what you're saying about politics and stuff like that, but I don't compare my speaking to I know I go off on the thing, so I'm glad you're still here, okay? And as far as that goes, I know I get a little uppity, but you guys know me long enough that I don't, I'm just expressing my opinion, which is a butthole, as Tim would say. Oh, I'm not going on vacation. I'm just saying that that's one of the things I can do. Where I'm going on vacation. Oh, three weeks vacation. It's just 3 weeks leave. I'll be staying here, but then I'm retired, Tim, right after that. I had 3 weeks vacation that my boss was saying, well, once you retire, you can take it from your day of retirement to go, and we'll keep you on the books for 3 weeks. And I said, you can't do that. Social Security would have a fit with me. I'd be audited then. It said, no, you take it back a day before I retire and take 3 weeks back. So that's why I'm my final day of work here is going to be right around the middle of April. A 1 week trip to visit, to tour everything in DC is good bucket list for self and family. Yeah, burning these vacation days. Yeah, I'm burning. Yeah, because I had 3. I didn't realize because my anniversary work-wise was in March, the first week of March, and I didn't realize that I get another 3 weeks right out of it. I thought you have to accumulate. I figure I'll accumulate 1 or 2. I'll just cash it in. But my boss says, no, you got 3 weeks. I said, they do? Holy crap. So, okay, yeah, we're at the top of the hour, and use it or lose it, yeah, or cash it in. We're going to go ahead and exit stage left here. We're at the top of the hour. We're going on 50 minutes of broadcasting this morning. And I do appreciate all you in the chat. I want to say thank you to, let's go down the list here. Say thank you to Tim Fan 43, Tony D, Chris Technician, thank you for being here. Let's see, who else do we have? We had Lady Cat 31, thank you, Erica. We had who came in after that? Tina, thank you. We had Double J's. I know he was in here. He's sitting back, and appreciate you being here. And we had Ted Hicks, the man himself from Long Island, and I greatly appreciate you being here, Ted. And as far as that goes, and Chris Technician coming in as always, Bazanga, Tim Fan coming in with have a great day, everyone. Yes, do have a great day. Double J's coming in. Take care. See you soon. You too, Double J's. I appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. And Real Ted Hicks, Blazing Saddles, Fireman Rich. Blazing Saddles. Hashtag Blazing Saddles. And Tony liked that one. He's laughing his ass off. Okay, folks, we're going to get going here. This is Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on Twitch. And if you're watching this on the replay, thank you very much. I'm also over there on Twitter at Fireman Rich, where I tote myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast. In other words, I love playing on this thing called the internet, and that's exactly what we're doing here. You all have a great one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care. Thanks a lot, guys. Ciao for now.